All right, it is that time again. We're going to be talking about this fantastic pay-per-view that happened over the weekend. And man, I'm pumped up. I finally got to watch the 0 hour, so we're going to talk about all things AEW today. But before that, Lionel, let the people know what they're in for today.
Y'all are in for a wild, the Earth will not be here in 6 months episode of Off the Top Rope.
Hey, if the aliens like pro wrestling, they might get your boys up there. We'll be giving you the best podcast across the universe. Who knows?
Bro, I'll do the podcast from space. I'd be
Hey,
down.
fuck yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about today. We have Forbidden Door, and we're here a couple days later, and there are a lot of reactions that we're going to be talking about today because a lot of people react to the show very, very crazily. There are people who are like, oh yeah, the show was great. It was, a really great show. Normal. Like, the show was great. There are people who say that AEW has lost the plot with their champions. Some people are saying that this was the greatest pay-per-view they've ever seen, which is also kind of crazy. But we'll get into all of it. But
first,
you know, it's low-key the biggest news story in wrestling right now.
Yep.
We gotta talk about Raja Jackson and Psycho Stu. First up, at this point now, because we're here a little bit later, it sounds like Psycho Stu is he is now, I think he's in critical condition, but he was awake and aware, which is a great thing.
And talking,
which is great. Roger Jackson needs to go to jail. He needs to go to prison.
Oh, he's fucked, dude.
Bro, I have never in my life seen such a clear and cut, like, planned murder in my life.
Yeah.
It was all on a live stream. Everything that happened was on a live stream. We saw every little bit and piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
This planned attempted murder.
Yeah, flat out.
He'd be in jail for the rest of his life. He probably ruined his life because of this. Proffitt, what are your thoughts on this whole situation?
Look, man, there's no nice way to go about this. No nice way to say it. He fucked up. He fucked up bad. That was stupid. Just plain stupid. That's like the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I could get on my high horse and talk about a generation of kids nowadays, but I'm not. But I'm just gonna. I partially blame it on a generational thing of people and social. Certain people on social media trying to keep up appearances and their egos being hurt. And his little ego got hurt, and he just decided he wanted to kill a man for it. He wasn't going to stop punching him. Well, if you would have murdered him in the ring, you'd just be in there for life in prison. And it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. He shouldn't have done it.
Also, I want to talk about this part too.
Yeah.
So, for those, if you're unaware at this point, I'm not gonna rehash the whole story, but I'll go bullet points. Psycho Stu thought that Raja was a wrestler. So during the day, he hit him in the head with a beer can. Is that right? No. Obviously, it's not right. No one is saying that Psycho Stu is in the right for doing that, right? Mm-hmm. But he did apologize. He thought he was a worker and he apologized multiple times. This was on camera.
Yep.
We skipped to the event, and during the entire show, Raja is talking to his chat. They're kind of hyping him up to do this also. He was already kind of want to do it. And the thing that I want to talk about is he's sitting next to people, talking to chat. No one bothered to try to check in on him. I'm pretty sure from 3 seasons away, because at some points he was yelling at his chat. Pretty sure you could hear what he's saying. No one stepped in. He was told that he was going to be able to get in, and he was going to be able to like get in and interfere with the match that Psycho Stu was in. He gets in, he slams him, he punches him in the face 22 times while he's unconscious, and here we are. Mm-hmm. Once he heard that the guy might be flatlined, he said, "Oh, my bad." Nothing.
That's all he said. "Oh, my bad." Like, he had no remorse, didn't care, nothing, and that's what's gonna fuck him. Like, this is gonna fuck him pretty hard later. Well, soon. Yeah, not later. Soon.
It's all still up on his channel right now.
He could have took it off and it would still be up there. It doesn't matter. He's done.
Yeah, so prayers up to Psycho Stu. It's a horrible situation. This is why not everyone should be involved in wrestling. There is a GoFundMe up. We verified, everyone was able to verify there's a real GoFundMe.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can, definitely do. But yeah, there's really not a lot to talk about with this. It's already been beat to death. Also, a lot of people have been using this for content also. I've seen like a lot of videos from people that I've never seen talk about wrestling before, talk about this thing. And I know we're kind of talking about it on a podcast also, so we're not also in the clear for this. But it's the fact that a lot of people use this for content that's making me also kind of sick. Well, like a man did almost die.
Yeah, and they're all the ones I've passed by that we're breezing by this, right? But all the people I've seen that have channels that have done that have talked about it are doing like 30-minute long things,
and showing the video multiple times. Yeah, there's not a lot to say. Not a lot to say. Roger should be in prison. This prayers up to Psycho Stu. It sounds like he's in a better place now. Still not out of the woods. Still better place now. It's just, yeah, there's not really a lot to talk about for this. And like Proffitt said, I don't think we're gonna drag this on. There's no point.
Yeah. But now we could talk about Forbidden Door.
Bro, first we gotta talk about. We're gonna get into the matches. What were your thoughts after watching Forbidden Door? I know you had a little bit of time. What were your thoughts?
So here's my thoughts. I enjoyed it, right? After the fragment way I watched it, but after I've got through it, completely, I enjoyed it. It was a good card. I would probably say compared to the rest of the cards of the year, of this year, I'm not going to say it's in the top 5 of the cards of this year, but it would be like a little bit lower. It could be in the top 10, but it ain't gonna be in the top 5.
How many pay-per-views were this year? They were it was Revolution, Dynasty, Double or Nothing, All In, and Forbidden Door.
And Forbidden Door. So considering I just said I wouldn't put it in the top 5, should tell you, and we haven't had 5 pay-per-views this year. Should tell you, right?
Yeah, I also thought it was like kind of just okay.
It was okay. It wasn't a bad pay-per-view. Look, if I watched this, just in general, if this was like the only pay-per-view I watched this year, I would not be disappointed. I would not be mad, right? Far from it. There were some awesome points in this pay-per-view. We're going to talk about it, but there was some awesome stuff. And, of course, our AEW ladies stepped up once again, showing how badass they are.
Hell yeah. Some of them were brawling for 2 hours, apparently.
All I can imagine. You know that scene where in Family Guy where Peter's fighting the chicken?
Oh yeah.
They're just fighting all over the place. That's what I thought of Queen Aminata and Tekla. They were just fighting all over the place.
Bro, they literally fought for like 2 hours. Like, if you go by the continuity of the pay-per-view,
yeah,
they fought for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it had just randomly spilled outside. Which means, again, by like logically, that means they were fighting everywhere else in the arena. Wherever they were going, they were just fighting everywhere. They could have been going through catering, and you see just people like just looking at them while they're fighting, just walking by. No one broke it up.
Nobody. Yeah, no. You know what would have been great? If like during the pay-per-view, they just would have just showed backstage them fighting, and then they just pop up in different spots fighting each other.
Oh god, that would have been hilarious. Oh man, but yeah, I'm with you. I thought the pay-per-view was really good. Like, we're gonna get my rating out of the way. I gave it like an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
like I thought it was a really good pay-per-view. Like, was it AEW's best pay-per-view of the year? No. Like, circumstances also kind of hindered this from being like a full Forbidden Door. They had to put it at a different time. The G1 had just happened. So it didn't feel like a full Forbidden Door, but what we got, I thought was really good.
Yeah, I would. So here's the thing, right? I made it sound like I rated it super low. No, I rated about the same, 8.5, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, it's going against like 4 10s, okay? That were like 4 10s in a row.
Bro, I don't care what you could have done. Nothing would have been able to follow up All in Texas.
No,
Right?
not at
Like
all.
nothing. But we got like a lot of fan service this episode still, because in my mind, for me, Forbidden Door is like a very fan servicey pay-per-view. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
not the same as like a Revolution. It's not the same like Revolution. I don't know how to explain this. Like my brain works in a really weird way. I always feel like Evolution is the most story driven pay-per-view of all of them. Or second biggest. The first one is All In. Those are the two like story driven ones in my mind.
Uh-huh.
And Forbidden Door to me is always like the fan service, like a filler episode where things happen and things are important that are happening, but you're really here for the fan service, seeing all your favorite people just like interacting in a really weird way. Like that I like to think of Forbidden Door like that episode of Dragon Ball Z that had Goofy that had Goku, Luffy, and Totoro. Not Totoro.
Oh,
Uh,
Toriko?
Toriko. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's what I think of Forbidden Door. And I think it did that this year. Still,
yeah. Well, I think like the other like big story driven pay per view is All Out
yeah. I
because
would
like
put that
a
in top
lot of
three. Yeah.
stories come to a head on All Out, and like it usually a bunch of stories like big stories end, and then some crazy shit happens and some new stories begin.
And we kind of got that here too, because we're getting like a few stories feel like they kind of ended here on Forbidden
Yeah.
Door.
Yep.
All right, man. What do you say we get into the pay per view?
Yeah, let's get into it, man.
Are there any matches you want to talk about specifically first, or you just want to go through the card? I don't even know how we're gonna do this. We didn't even talk about that part.
You know what? Well, let's start with 0 Hour. You know, real quick, knock that out, and then we'll talk about the main card.
Cool. So we're gonna go from top to bottom. The first match of the pre-show, which started like we got matches in the pre-show within like 15 minutes of the show. By the way,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
it was different. Like usually we have to wait that first half hour.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it seemed like they were kind of like there were points on the pre-show where they were kind of getting interrupted by music multiple times. When it happened to Ricochet, I was like, oh, Ricochet's being a dick. But then it happened again, and I was like, oh. They said we're trying to get to these matches, especially since Bryan Danielson couldn't be on the 0 Hour panel. He said he was going to. They said he was going to, and he just didn't. So, first up, we had a match with Crew, Hechicero, and Josh Alexander versus Paragon, Yuya Uemura, and El Desperado. Forbidden Door to the T. Yuya got the win with the deadbolt suplex on Leo Rush.
Mm-hmm.
I saw people online saying, finally, Tony Khan is the one who's giving the younger New Japan wrestlers spotlight. And I was like, y'all don't watch New Japan. It's okay. It's a funny joke.
Yeah, it's a good joke.
The things that I took out of this is Paragon was like wrestling in this match, bro. They had like they took up a large amount of time, and their tag team synergy is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Hechicero and El Desperado, I need the singles match.
Oh yeah, yes. Hechicero versus everybody. I need that match.
Yes.
He's easily become one of my favorite luchadors, man.
Bro, and when did we see Hechicero first in AEW? Like last year?
Yeah.
God, yeah, just incredible. Just incredible. Like I said, Yuya did pick up the win. The Doncaster family attacked them after the match, but Ishii came out and got the save. And Ishii was just kind of strolling out over there. He didn't run. He got in there with Lance Archer. Hilarious. But
yeah, Stalling suplexed him too. But look, man, like the crowd went crazy when Ishii came out.
bro, it's Tomohiro Ishii.
Damn right it is. They
The
went
5-star
crazy.
Machine.
Hell yeah. Going to the ring like he's about to go to a buffet, bro. Like, look. he he was determined with that walk. He was like, yeah, I'm going to fuck somebody up today. They were all barking when he was coming out, too. Yeah, that shit was sick.
It was sick. But we got more story stuff because after Ishii came out for the save, Roderick Strong was in there with them for a little bit, but he was like, nah, bro, I'm not feeling this at all, and dragged Kyle up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So Roddy does not want to conglomerate at all.
Boo.
Even seeing it. Profit, what were your thoughts on the match in the segment?
The match was fun, man. The match was fun. Happy to see Yuya out there doing this thing. But man, is so Yuya wrestled great. Okay, I'm not taking anything away from Yuya. Um, he is so if you saw him in TNA during his thing with Joe Hendry, what he's doing now is an amped up version of that, even down to the music. So I can't unsee it. It's a problem is I can't unsee it.
The problem is that you have to see it. Right now, Yuya, like if you look at Yuya as just in New Japan right now, like
Yeah.
he is very solid. I am personally not like the biggest fan of Yuya Uemura. I like his matches a lot more than I did last year, for
Yeah.
sure. But I'm also not really like the biggest fan of him. But I can see the potential. He looked in this match. He looked like a damn star.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm not taking that away from him. I'm not taking that away from him at all. The thing I can't unsee, I screwed up when I said what I just said. The main thing I was saying was his presentation is what I'm talking about. Not his wrestling. His wrestling is actually leagues better than what it was when he was doing that excursion at TNA.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
I'm talking about his presentation because it's a cross. It's like an amp. If you go back and watch the TNA stuff when he was with Joe Hendry, it's an amped up version of that, even down to the music.
I'll tell you this much is better than Yuto Ice.
What's up?
That much. I'll tell you this much is better than Yuto Ice.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. What were your thoughts? What else did you have on this match in the segment?
The ending segment. Look, you know I love me some Tomohiro Ishii, bro. Come on. So he came to the ring. I was like, yeah, buddy, he's gonna fuck somebody up. But yeah, the end segment was good. I'm interested because they're extending the Roddy Strong thing. So I'm wondering where this is gonna go.
Heel Roddy. Heel Roddy.
Heel Roddy's he's a menace, dude.
He's gonna be a monster. Have you seen how? First off, we've seen how he's been wrestling this year, like
Man.
with an extra purpose. Now
Yeah.
add the heel flair to him.
Heel Roddy's he is a menace.
God, I can't wait.
And that's look, one of the people we'll talk about it later, Kyle Fletcher during the post conference said he wanted to wrestle, that he hasn't wrestled one on one yet is Roddy Strong.
There's a reason for that,
Because Roddy is the shit, dude.
bro. Rod. I saw someone say that we don't put Kevin Steen. Well, they said Owens, but I'm gonna say Steen.
Yeah.
We don't put Kevin Steen in the conversation as much for best of the world as we should. Roddy Strong's right up there also.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Next up, we had a trios match between Ricochet and the Gates of Agony versus Michael Oku and Jet Speed.
Oh man.
I'll talk about the win really quick. Ricochet did pin Michael Oku, and it was a combination of like what do they call it? The open the gates.
Yeah, something the gates.
Yeah, and Ricochet hit with the spear gun, so they had like a nice little combination move for the win. The main thing we got to talk about, that goddamn bump Michael Oku took outside.
Ooh.
That pounce.
Yeah.
Bro got pounced out of the ring by Toa Leona and looked like he hit the top of his head with all of his body weight on the ground.
Yeah. He barely missed hitting the top of his head. He landed probably it looked like face first, but still, he almost landed fucked up. It was almost bad. It was almost really bad.
When I went on Blue Sky, I saw someone who has seen a lot of Michael Oku matches, and you can tell when someone is like an actual fan of someone that's on TV.
Yeah.
And he quoted someone and was like, "Oh yeah, everyone's seeing the patented Michael Oku almost dies bump," and I was like, "He does this regularly?" I don't remember him doing this. Granted, I've seen a ton of Michael Oku. Like every time that he's on like AEW or Ring of Honor, I've seen him there, but not a lot. I was like, he just does this, and people were like, yeah, he just does this. I was like, that's why he did that shit so well. That's why he looked like he almost died. He's used to this.
He scared the shit out of his wife, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, bro, that shit did not look great. It looked like he broke his neck.
He was inches away from landing really bad. Twice. So it was that spot, and then the other time, I think it was, no, it was with Bishop Khan, I think. No, Toa Leona again. They're in the ring, and Leona gets up, does this big-ass clothesline, and Michael Oku flips, right?
Uh-huh.
But this time he lands fucked up and lands on his head.
You know what? Weirdly enough, this happened a lot in this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like, people getting spun around with the clothesline and landing on, like, the side of their head happened a lot in this pay-per-view. I don't know if it's London. I don't know what was going on.
It's the air, man.
It was in the air. Because Zack Sabre Jr. also did it a couple times. I was like, Zack, please, bro. You have Takeshi to beat in 2 months. Please. Wait, what were your... Oh, also, Jet Speed continues to impress me. Every time they're in the ring. Like, they are just a fantastic tag team. I cannot wait until they win those tag team titles. It has to be sometime within the next, like, year.
Oh.
I will accept nothing else.
I already see them as the next tag team champions.
Oh yeah.
Like, they might even be the ones that beat Brodito.
Bro, them and Brodito. Oh my god. That will be a match.
Hell yeah.
What were your thoughts on this trios match?
Oh, I thought it was excellent. Michael Oku, every time he comes out and it's like these big ass crowds, he's like, holy shit. You can see it in his face. He's like, it fucks him up every time.
You better get used to it, my boy. I got big things planned for you, Michael Oku. Better get used to it.
Look, you and AEW, you're AEW bound. Just saying. Yeah, you're a future AEW star. I already know this.
Allegedly, he already has a contract. Allegedly.
Because his appearances in Ring of Honor have been up a lot. So I don't doubt it.
After this, we had like a little Don Cal segment talking about the 2 matches that he has on the card. Mm-hmm. We're gonna skip that. We're gonna talk about the real shit. We had Megan Bayne, Tekla, Sky Blue, Julia Hart.
Yep.
Versus Willow Nightingale, Queen Aminata, returning Harley Cameron, and Chris Statlander.
God damn, that's an all-star tag right there.
Whew. This one could have been on the main card. I would have been really happy for it.
Look, the only thing I'm gonna say is that the new theme song and intro video for the Triangle of Madness is fucking dope as hell.
Someone on Blue Sky did the video. I forget who it is. I will find them and I will shout them out as we're going. But that shit, once it debuted on Wednesday, bro,
that shit is so sick.
It was legit.
It looks like a 90s alternative, like just a 90s alternative rock video. Shit was dope. I loved it.
It's so good. We saw it for the first time on Dynamite, and once I saw it, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It just looks incredible.
Yep.
I'm still trying to find the person. It was on Blue Sky, and I'm scrolling. So I'm trying to find it. Oh, here we go. By the editorial style at Blue Sky or .bluesky.social did this.
Oh wow!
Nice. And they have a full cut on their Blue Sky of the entire video.
Yeah, it's damn near 2 minutes long.
So if you want to see it, go over there. It's fantastic. Actually, I'm gonna give him a follow while I'm sitting right here. There we go. So yeah, we had Megan Bayne in the Triangle of Madness versus Willow, Queen Aminata, Harley Cameron, and Chris Statlander. Again, I'm gonna talk about the end of the match first. Megan Bayne destroyed Harley Cameron with that running Liger bomb. I know she has a name for it. I forget what the name is though.
Yeah, she stopped doing the F5. She's just doing the Liger bomb now, which I like even more.
It looks a little bit more devastating.
Yeah.
It's like a run, and every time that Megan Bayne hits that, it feels like the person that is taking it explodes.
Yeah, man.
But something that happened in the match that were very interesting. First off, we gotta talk about Tekla and Queen Aminata.
Yep.
Because we already talked about them before, how they brawled for like 2 hours. This is where it started. It started during the pre-show. They were in this 8-woman tag. They started fighting each other outside the ring, and they immediately left while fighting each other all the way to the back. And if you have seen Forbidden Door in the O2 Arena, It's not a small arena. They fought up the entire ramp into the back and fought for 2 hours. We're going to talk about them again pretty soon.
Yes.
One thing I noticed also is that Willow was trying to play ball with Chris Statlander. Willow even was clapping when Chris Statlander came out, which a little surprising. I get it. Chris wasn't fucking with Willow at all. There was a point where Stat needed a tag, and Willow had her hand out. Willow got ignored.
Yeah, she tagged in Harley.
Harley, immediately. She said, nah, Willow. She never interacted with Willow at all in this entire match. And Willow was trying. So I'm very interested to see where this is going. Also, I noted that this can't be the end for these 8 women. Because they've been brawling now for a little bit, about a month or so.
Mm-hmm.
This cannot be the end. We need that blood and guts match. We need a lights out steel cage match. We need something as a blow off for these women. Also, I noted that the women need 2 sets of championships. They need tag titles that we've been waiting for, and they need another singles title.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Yes. Or, oh man. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. There's a... I'm not going to say there's an issue with the TBS and the World Championships. There's not. But...
Oh yeah, we will get there. Because that was a big... Especially the world title was a big part of discourse this week. And as much as I hate discourse, this is one I'm very interested in. Because it brought out a lot of really interesting conversations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what were your thoughts on this match, Proffitt?
Oh, the match was excellent.
Oh, yeah.
They always bring it, man. Look, Penelope Ford was going crazy, man. She wasn't even in the match.
It was 5-on-4.
Yeah, and she did fuck up the Doomsday device again. God damn it. She can't jump that far, so she can never hit the Doomsday device.
No.
But yeah, as a whole, that match was a badass match. It was super fun to watch. Willow showing what we said over a year ago. She is the best babyface in wrestling.
That pop that she got when she came out?
Yep.
It might be one of the loudest of the night. At least top 4.
Look, man. All right, look, hold on. Willow got a big pop. Queen Aminata got a big one.
Woo! Yeah, she did.
I was like, woo! Yeah. Trial of Madness, it's inevitable. Let's see. Chris Statlander, not so much.
No. Harley, yes.
Harley,
Kinda.
it was middling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, the biggest ones was Triangle of Madness, Queen Aminata, and Willow for sure. We're talking about it for that match. But yeah,
people might kill me for this, but this was a top 3 match on the show. Bro,
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, top 3. It was number 3 for sure. But I am hard pressed to find 3 matches better than this match on the card. And I've been thinking about it for a while. This was the 3rd best match on the show.
Yeah. I would say yeah.
And y'all got it for free on YouTube.
For free. If you haven't watched it, and you're watching us right now, well, finish watching us first, of course. Mm-hmm. Finish listening to your boys. And then go watch 0 Hour real quick.
Also, AEW did something different with the 0 Hour. They put all the matches by themselves up on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you don't have to scroll through the entire show. You can just watch the matches. Which is, I don't know why they have not done that before. They
just started doing it because AEW now is just putting matches up because they know people are just getting into AEW now. So now they're putting all the greatest hits up there.
For Ring of Honor also. They put up an Eddie Guerrero match today for Ring of Honor.
Yeah, so I would, and if you haven't subscribed to the AEW, you should probably subscribe to it or follow it on YouTube because they're putting up some insane matches up there.
Bro, they got some shit up there. They got some shit up there, bro. Fantastic matches they put up for free on YouTube.
Yeah.
They recently just put up Swerve and Danielson.
Yeah.
Y'all don't play with AEW. AEW has these pay-per-views. 6-year-old company put on some of the best pay-per-views I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, easy.
Next up, we got a couple like little things. The Young Bucks were in the back talking to production about how they want their old music back, and they wanted something very bad, very vicious to be put in the bag that they had. We will talk about both those things during the main event, and then we got a kind of like little awkward segment because I think Toni wanted to talk about the record because they set the record for the most, or they set the wrestling record for the most people in the O2.
Yep.
Toni, Martha Hart, and her son, who looks insanely like Owen Hart.
Yep.
Like it's almost uncanny. Looks like a young Owen. They were all out there. Martha kind of took the mic for a minute. It was kind of being a little awkward with it. It was kind of funny. But Toni kind of did like an announcement saying like, oh yeah, we have we did the record. We have the most people in the O2, but we get a better announcement later. I don't know if you have thoughts on any of these two before we go to the main event of the pre-show.
Nope, but I'm just, being like Birdman, have my hands together, ready for that Owen Hart Cup. See what our next tournament's gonna be.
Bro, I thought we were gonna get another one. I was like, y'all gonna do the Owen again? I'm down. Go ahead.
I'm ready. I'm ready. And then Eddie Kingston walks out. I'll be like, oh god.
That's your next winner, for sure. For the men's side. Next up, we had the last match of the pre-show. We had for the AEW World Trios Championships. We had the Ops versus Bullet Club War Dogs. I saw a lot of Bullet Club War Dog disrespect on the timeline.
Get out of here.
Yeah, y'all don't know ball. Don't let Gabe Kidd fool you, because I don't know what the fuck's going on with Gabe Kidd lately, bro. We will talk about him a little bit later. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Yeah, the match was like kind of short. It was actually shorter than the 8-woman tag, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I was kind of sad. I guess I should have known that the Ops were going to win. Samoa Joe did pick up the win by pinning Robbie X with the Muscle Buster. Mm-hmm. I should have known. I was like, in my head, I was like, it would be nice to see the War Dogs take the titles, because we have not had an AEW, we had not had a New Japan wrestler win a specific AEW championship yet.
Yeah, Toni needs to do that at some point, like, because you can't keep taking New Japan titles all the time, right?
Yep.
And sometimes you got to return the favor, right? Even if it's like the international title or something, just like strip it off of Okada and make a tournament for it, have some New Japan guys in the tournament, have one of them win it.
Something. Like anything. Because when I was thinking about it, I was like, oh yeah, they've been having this relationship for about 4 years, and not one New Japan wrestler has won a title as a New Japan wrestler in AEW. Like, yeah, we have Okada. If you want to count Kenny, we've had like Kyle Fletcher. Like, we've had people that have come from New Japan, but they were not contracted to New Japan at the time they won titles. And who's gonna miss the Trios Championships? Can we be real? Can we be real for like 2 seconds? Like, we can get away with the Trios Championships not being on TV for 2 months. Lord knows we've done it already.
Yeah,
they get defended. I saw an idea that someone had, and I thought it was really interesting. You take if it were to happen, you let a New Japan team win the Trios Championships, go back over to New Japan and win the Never Sixers, merge them, and just have them go through CMLL, New Japan, AEW, and wherever you want to go. Because Lord knows we're not going to miss the Trios Championships if they were gone, because we've already been there, and they've been gone, and no one said anything.
Yeah, like Samoa Joe was out filming Twisted Metal, which is awesome. But yeah.
Yeah, what were your thoughts on the match?
The match was good, but I knew something was up when I saw the time, and it was like, you see the timer in the corner and it said like 10 minutes left. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh shit, these guys ain't gonna get no time at all.
They didn't. They got like 11 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it was more than time for what they were doing, though. Especially if the War Dogs weren't going to win. Mm-hmm. It would have been nice for them to win. But I think I said this on Blue Sky. Once I saw Robbie X in the team and not someone else from War Dogs, like a Taichi Ichimori, I was like, okay, yeah, Robbie X taking the pin.
Immediately.
Like, the second that I saw the graphic, I was like, yeah, Robbie X taking the pin.
Yep.
All right, that's it. Do you have any overall thoughts on the pre-show before we get into the main card?
Look, it was a damn solid pre-show, man. Like, that 45 minutes of pre-show stomps out a lot of 1 hour shows.
Ain't it crazy?
Yeah, like, it's so good. You know what? There was another pre-show. I think it was Was it the Double or Nothing pre-show? Damn it, I can't remember.
Here, let me see. Let me see what was on that card.
There was one 0 hour that was like insane.
You're talking about this year's, right?
Yes, it was this year's.
Okay, the buy-in for Double or Nothing this year was Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay and Harley Cameron. We had Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero, Leo Rush, and Action Andretti versus AR Fox, Bandito, Commander, and Hologram. Lord have mercy. I forgot that was a thing. Those were the two matches.
Oh, it was the Megan Bayne and Harley Cameron match.
That was the tag match that everyone was like, okay, yeah, we need those tag team championships ASAP.
Yeah, that match was crazy. That match was good. It kind of set the tone for the whole pay-per-view.
The women be doing that.
But yeah, some of these 0 hour matches, man, they're better than some people's entire 1 hour show.
They're better than some 2 hour shows that are on TV.
Oh yeah, not the. It's better than that 2 hour World Star Hip Hop show.
Bro, they were fucking wrestling and fucking bags over their heads today, bro.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Anyway, we're gonna go to the main card. Now, if you're used to like having a lot of New Japan people on this card, just know if you're for whatever reason you're hearing us before you actually see the show, on the main card there was not a lot of like New Japan. There were a couple other stars here and there, but you know, they had summer tournaments. Think this was not the normal Forbidden Door. Tony Khan also acknowledged it. That's not the same Forbidden Door as it usually is. So although apparently he said that he wanted to plan last year Yota Tsuji versus Swerve for the title.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he said that in a call before. I almost said All In before Forbidden Door, and I was like, you motherfuckers.
I'm sad now.
I know, bro. Like, as much as I love the Ospreay Swerve match, I do. It was great. If we would have got fucking Tsuji versus fucking Swerve last year, oh my god.
That's my guy, man.
Oh my god. But we got to start with the tag match that opened the show, the main card. We had Kip Sabian and Luchasaurus. I don't know why y'all call him Killswitch. Fucking Christian Cage gave him the name. He should not be Killswitch anymore. Luchasaurus.
He came out in green. He didn't come out in black.
Exactly. This is Luchasaurus.
This is Luchasaurus now, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like dead naming people, but he is Luchasaurus. Fix the mistake, AEW. Just fix it. Versus a returning tag team of Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Let me tell you.
What's up?
Cope? I don't think we've seen him this happy in AEW.
I don't know, man. He's been pretty fucking happy so far.
Bro, the way he came out of the back like he had a rocket strapped to him. Like he was out there, he was already, you know how he gets red whenever the sing-along is happening?
Yeah.
He was already red when he came out of the curtain.
Boy, it was fired up, man. Like, look, you got the biggest crowd in, that's been done in London in professional wrestling, all singing your song word for word, ain't missing a goddamn beat. They could have turned the damn song off at any time, and they would have still been going.
God, never change international crowds.
Never change. We fuck it up here, but you guys always do it right.
Bro, I was part of the sing-along in Revolution. I've never been more embarrassed in my life. They also did it in Australia when he was in Australia, and it was also great.
Yeah.
It's just American crowds.
Yeah, they suck.
God.
Uncoordinated as shit.
God, I know we're gonna talk about the match in a second. We all know who won the match. We don't have to talk about that crazy. They had a "Hey Christian, ooh I want to know if you'll be my dad" chant. And yes, I know some people are like, "Oh, London only does the same 3 songs," but it's pretty great. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Also, when they did the Swerve chant, it was not the same 2 songs that they normally do, by the way. But we'll talk about that when we get there. Before I talk about who won, we got to talk about a little bit of dissension. Luchasaurus and Kip Sabian were not fucking with each other in this match. Mm-hmm. Luchasaurus slapped Kip Sabian so hard in the chest that his eye exploded. I had to go back and see, because I didn't see Kip get busted open. I was like, what did Copeland do? Like, I thought it was Adam Copeland. Like, what did Cope do?
Yeah, no, it was Luchasaurus, dude.
He hit Kip Sabian in the chest so hard, his eye exploded. Bro, the blood coming out of his eye looked unhealthy.
Yeah. Well, he was looking up like, Kip Sabian looked up to him like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
They already weren't fucking with each other, but I think at that point they were like, yeah, no. It just, I didn't even see Luchasaurus clip his face. It looked like he literally hit his chest and his eye exploded. He definitely clipped his face though, because there's no way you can do that. Like, no way, but
Yeah.
they were not fucking with each other at all. That dissension wasn't gonna matter anyway because Christian and Copeland, they were like they had never stopped tagging with each other. Also, we talked about it, and no one wanted to believe us. The dynamic between Cope and Cage is different than Edge and Christian.
Yes.
Christian changes his thing. His Titantron no longer says father; it says asshole at the 0. They are the ones who did win this. We got it was like a pop-up spear. Pretty interesting. Like a very easy finisher for them to do. I really enjoyed it. We'll see if they do more as they keep on tagging with each other. But yeah, that was the match. It was actually a really fun match to start. Like I really enjoyed it. I'm very okay with them not getting near the tag team titles though. Like we don't need that. At least not right now. Eventually, maybe, sure, but right now, no. Y'all need to rebuild up the division before y'all do that experiment. But do you have any thoughts on this match, Proffitt?
It was a really fun match. That dynamic between Luchasaurus and Kip Sabian, like Luchasaurus was picking Kip Sabian up and tossing him across the ring like a rag doll, man.
It was bad.
It was like he was ragdolling Kip Sabian and throwing him into Christian or Cope. It's like, god damn, he really did not give a shit. So yeah, it was fun. It was a fun match. There's gonna be some dissension in the ranks. It looks like they're trying to bring back BTE now because it looked like they had Jack Perry calling the Bucks and the Bucks were ignoring him.
We had 2 videos this weekend.
Yeah, so interesting.
Now that they're jobbers, they're very happy to do BT again, and I'm very happy with them doing BT again if it's the case.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens on Monday. Like if we get another video that's coming up Monday, we're back.
We back up.
This next part of the show, I like to call the quote unquote Forbidden Door section. Because they kind of put all of the, like, everyone in other companies, they put them in this, like, little 3-match run. But goddamn, were these 3 great matches.
Yeah.
The first one, we had the TNT Championship match between our champion Kyle Fletcher and Hiromu Takahashi.
Woo!
Let me tell y'all, never play with Hiromu's name again. Because I saw it for the last year. Everyone's like, oh, Hiromu's washed. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to do that. No, Hiromu's tired of wrestling them bitch-ass juniors in New Japan right now. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
You think he's happy wrestling Francisco Akira? Which, I shouldn't have said him because he just got taken off the tour in New Japan like just now, half an hour ago, for a broken wrist. I shouldn't have said his name. But you think Hiromu Takahashi is happy wanting to wrestle Master Wato?
Oh, God.
No.
No.
This man came out here, and this was the Hiromu of old.
Yep.
They need to bump Hiromu in New Japan. They need to bump him up to the heavyweight division. It's time. Just do. We've been holding off on this for 2 years now. It's time. You want Hiromu to be happy? Let him bump with heavyweights. Because Lord have mercy, did he look happy in this match?
Well, he showed his ass, dude.
He did. He did. He did lose, sadly. I guess expectedly, to be honest, at this point. But
yeah,
Kyle Fletcher was able to hit him with that leg lariat brainbuster combo that he's been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a point where Hiromu tried to sneak in like a small package, but that didn't work.
Yeah.
Also, funny enough, Walker Stewart was on the call for this, which I could be remembering this incorrectly, but outside of he who shall not be named, who used to be a commentator on Collision, this was like the first time that we got like a New Japan commentator, because they never let Chris do like the actual show. He's been on the pre-show before, but they never let Chris do the actual pay-per-view part of the show.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Walker Stewart out there dog walked everyone. 23 years old. Dog walked everyone on commentary out there.
Man, you know who he reminds me of?
Who?
He reminds me of Joey Styles.
Bro! That's funny, because he does a lot of shows by himself, because Chris Charleston can't travel all over Japan. Like, he's like an office worker, right? So he can only really do shows in Tokyo. So when Walker is on like a tour, like the G1, he's doing a lot of those shows by himself up until like a heavyweight comes up, like an El Phantasmo, or like someone comes to do commentary with him.
Yeah.
Walker Stewart is ridiculously good. Walker Stewart is about to be taken by AEW. He's gonna be the next one to be taken.
There's a lot of people. There's a few people that are going to get taken up by AEW after this show.
Oh, we're gonna talk about all of them.
Yep.
But yeah, there were a couple spots that I actually kind of want to talk about really quick before I let you talk about your thoughts on this. There was that DDT that Hiromu did on the apron to Kyle Fletcher. Oh, and that sunset powerbomb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Hiromu also was bumping his ass off for Kyle Fletcher, but it was just a fantastic match. Proffitt, what were your thoughts?
Dude, these guys, like, look, they set the tempo a little bit in 0 Hour. These guys set the tempo for the rest of the pay-per-view.
Lord, did they?
They were going crazy, man. They were bumping their asses off. And look, Kyle Fletcher's reign right now is better than like the last 6 reigns. Well, I say, yeah, like past 5-6 reigns. I would say up to Cope did a good reign, but every reign after Copeland has been kind of bad. Up until Kyle Fletcher right now.
You know what's funny?
What's up?
We're on the same wavelength, Proffitt. Because in my notes, I said Fletcher's first 2 TNT title matches have outshined every other title reign since before Jack Perry.
Okay, yep. Same wavelength, man.
Let Fletcher keep on wrestling everyone from New Japan.
Oh, I think since he's, and we talked about this before, since he's part of the Don Callis family, and that's the Don Callis family's kind of thing, is just like, hey, we get a title, we're wrestling everybody because we're going to show them more the best. He's literally going to be just wrestling everybody.
God, he's already on the path to being one of the greatest TNT champions already. Off an Ishii match and a Hiromu Takahashi match, which granted, Ishii Hiromu, so you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm gonna say this before I move on to the next part. Hiromu is unaffiliated. He still has his contract in New Japan, but there are a lot of dual contracts out there.
Yep.
I don't want to be that guy because I am also one of the people who was very upset about how many people have gone from New Japan to AEW. We've talked about it on the podcast before.
Mm-hmm.
But if we want to do like a little dual contract, Hiromu and 2 other people that we're about to talk about deserve to be on that little wavelength of dual contracts. We are going straight into the TBS Championship match, the 4-way match between our champion, the CEO, Mercedes Mone, Alex Windsor, Persephone, and Bozilla.
You can go ahead and sign up Persephone and Bozilla right now.
Immediately once I saw the graphic on the card, I said on Blue Sky, a lot of y'all gonna be fans of Bozilla by the end of this match.
Oh yeah.
And boy, I have never been more right in my life. It's Tuesday night. People are still talking about Bozilla.
Bro, like I'm gonna just say this: when she came to the ring, immediately she even has the fucking thing that Vader used to do in Japan.
Yes.
She did the thing in the match, and I was like, okay, that's just female Vader, dude. This is fucking awesome.
Is that goddamn moonsault?
Yes, she did the thing, and I was like, she did the moonsault. Okay, no, Bozilla, you need to be in AEW like ASAP, like now.
I am very jealous of this being everyone's first experience with Bozilla. You know what my first experience with Bozilla was?
What was that?
Marigold fucking disrespecting her. Because Rossi's bitch ass was like, oh, she's not pretty enough to be a main star. She can't do this. She can't do that.
Well, no one's talking about Marigold, so.
They got Mayu Iwatani, and ain't nobody talking about Marigold.
Yeah, exactly. No one's talking about Marigold.
Bozilla went to Stardom, had a breakout 5-star Grand Prix, and this woman is 21 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Star in the making.
Oh yeah.
And And Persephone, bro,
Uh-huh.
also star in the making.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Ugh. God, I don't want to talk about the match. I want to gush about everyone in this match. Alex Windsor in this match was also incredible. She's not getting her due, but that Tower of Woe spot that she did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Alex Windsor's ridiculous, dude. She is insanely good. Toni, if you're listening to the podcast, which I know you do sometimes, don't lie. I know you do. I know you pop it up on the background and get some ideas. Women C2, man. That's where you can get. That's where you can bump up stars like Alex Windsor and stuff like that. Because like that's that or the Owen or in the Owen and things like that. That's how you make some stars. Really, really quickly, and also put them in storylines. But Alex Windsor, she'll benefit from a C2 type situation.
Yes. Fuck it, let her win.
Yeah.
And we gotta also talk about the CEO. Mercedes out here bumping her ass off for all these women.
For everybody.
Mercedes out here looked like she was getting ragdolled by everyone in this match. Because she was.
Because she was. She was in the middle of the ring and they were all giants. Dude.
There were points where they all had to try to jump Ozilla and that didn't work. Like, this match was just incredible. Also, in my opinion, top 3 of this show.
Oh yeah. So the one thing, like when you like watch the whole match and stuff like that, people were Bozilla comes out and people were amazed when she came out. They're like, holy shit. By like the third spot that they did, it wasn't even like 5 minutes into the match. Everybody was cheering for Bozilla.
That's what she does. She did the same thing in Marigold in her first match. She did the same thing at Stardom in her first match.
Yep.
I know a lot of people talk about like that it factor, right? Every woman in this match has that it factor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Every single one.
Every single one of them.
And people are coming away from this talking about Bozilla, rightfully so. People are out here talking about Persephone, rightfully so. People are talking about Mercedes, rightfully so. People aren't talking enough about Alex Windsor and how great she was in this match. But she was also, it was also like 1A, 1B, 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. Just fantastic.
Yeah, no, they were all excellent. All of them. Like, the match was excellent.
I'm going to stop gushing. I'm going to talk about the end of the match. Mercedes was able to get a roll-up on Persephone, and she bolted out of the ring. Like, this is a stolen match.
Yeah.
And Persephone has like one of the best facial reactions I've ever seen when it comes to like getting a match stolen from her. She looked like she was about to like legitimately kill Mercedes. She looked so upset. I loved every second of it. Proffitt, I'm done gushing because I've been gushing for like 10 minutes. What were your thoughts on this match?
What else can I say? I've been gushing about the match too. It is an excellent fun. It was an excellent match.
Bro, so good.
All the ladies in this match were top notch. Mercedes sold and put every single lady, made sure everybody got their time to shine, and everybody did get their time to shine in this match. And we brought up a new star, basically. So all around it was great, man. Can't wait to see our 2 new signees soon. There's no way like those 2 didn't walk out without a dual contract, some type of deal, or Toni calling their respective companies and be like, hey, can I do a dual contract with these guys?
Yeah,
there's no way.
If Tony Khan walked, first off, he should have already learned from Stephanie Baker, right? Yeah. From that situation. You make sure that they are locked up before they even show up on AEW TV. Persephone's been on AEW TV for a little bit already. We've seen her a few times.
She's been on AEW and she's been on Ring of Honor a lot.
Yeah. But that's the Mexico USA thing, right? It's very easy to do. The dual contract to me is like a lot easier in Mexico to USA than USA to Japan. Right? Because you can do a show on Tuesday for CMLL, and you can come up and do a show for Dynamite on Wednesday. Probably do one on Thursday, depending on if they tape Collision or not. And you can go down and do another show in Arena Mexico on Friday. Very easy.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, like they are either already dual contracted up, or they have extensions in their respective companies already for like 25 years. You do not let what happened last year happen again.
No, no, because I know the other company is looking at. I know for a fact the other company is already looking at Bozilla. Like after that, they're like looking at Bozilla.
Oh yeah, if there's anyone that company's looking at in this match, is for sure Bozilla.
They ain't getting her though, but still.
Nah. I'm telling, like you already said, they're locked down in some way, shape, or form. No other way.
There's no other way.
You don't do this again.
They ain't gonna happen again.
No. You did say you want to talk about the question. When we were talking about them titles, were you talking about the TBS and the World? Because you did say both. So
Yes.
What did you want to talk about for the TBS title?
So the TBS title is kind of a problem. Well, there's not in a negative way, right? I'm not trying to make this out as a negative thing or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why we need a couple of titles is like we need more titles for the women to go for. One, because two, like right now, Mercedes and Toni Storm, they're too fucking good. Like it's real hard to like. It's getting real hard to see like where, like who's gonna beat Mercedes. Like who would be like other than like in my opinion Willow is like probably like the most legit to beat Mercedes and take the title, or maybe like Megan Bayne. But Mercedes is awesome run so far. Well, shit, awesome run overall. Right now, there's got to be somebody that's like coming. We haven't built somebody up to come up the ranks and actually beat her. Toni Storm is kind of in that category too with the world title. So it's like there's two titles locked up that like no one can get to at this time. And so right now it sucks for the women because there's nothing else to go for. They don't have like an international title to go for or anything. They don't have any tag titles to go for or anything. They're just kind of stuck. There's the two titles that are there are just on people that are really, really hard to like justify taking the title from. I guess this is where I'm going with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. I agree. I don't even know why I stuttered for that. I fully agree with you. There was no like thought. I don't know what that was. But yeah, it's kind of a problem right now.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad problem to have because you have two of the best wrestlers on the planet holding two of your titles, right?
Yep.
At the same time, if these are the only two titles that you have, and we'll talk about Toni when we get there, because Toni's might be a little bit worse than Mercedes, but Mercedes has the same problem, like you said.
Right.
I think the problem is they're really close to Jade's record. Mm-hmm. I think she's like 80 some odd days away.
Right.
Potentially.
Right.
So I think no matter what happens, up until the end of the year, that TBS title is locked up.
Yep.
And then to your point, who's going to take it? Because you said Willow. I was like, Willow's already been the TBS champion. Like, Mercedes took the title from Willow,
right?
Who never really got her rematch.
She never got her get back.
But at the same time, Willow's ready for the world title.
Yes.
Which is also taken because Toni Storm has been the centerpiece of that title for 2.5 years. Right.
Like, Toni Storm is in the Athena situation right now, right? She's like the primary focus of that division.
And she has been. Even when she does not have the title, everyone is waiting for her to show back up again to take it. Literally since 2023, like the end of 2023, when Toni Storm took the title from Shida, it's been all Toni Storm. And I know a lot of people are, we're going to get there. A lot of people are having like a really good debate about this because some people are like, oh, you don't want to be a top star in AEW because they want to take off the titles. Yes and no. I think we all love Toni Storm.
Yeah.
I think we all love Mercedes. They're both fantastic wrestlers. If you listen to our podcast, we gush about them every time they're on screen. Literally. But it gets to a point, like Proffitt was saying, where you only can do so much with the women. Like, they had the 8-woman tag that was great, but they have nothing else to fight for other than their feud themselves. There is nothing else for the women to fight for. Right. And even when you get there, it just feels like you're just gonna get mowed down. Because Mercedes ain't losing anytime soon. Mm-hmm. And it felt like Forbidden Door was the time for Toni to lose.
Right.
But then she would have also been losing to someone that is about to have a 1,000-day reign as a world champion in another company.
Right.
So it's right now there is no right answer. They have women that are built up and ready to do this, but it doesn't feel like they're going to pull the trigger on anyone.
Yeah. Well, my only retort to the... we'll talk about it with the world title. When we talk about the world title match, the women's world title. My only retort to that is, why not just have Athena just hold... She could cash in a contract that, well, now with the new rule, it has to be at least 1 week before, right? So they could have chose whichever pay-per-view. She could have held the contract and chose whatever pay-per-view she wanted, pretty much. There's no, it's not like the contract expires at any point. So she could have been like, well, All Out. Or, Revolution, or the one after that. Whichever one.
Why is nobody talking about that? Because that's the truth. Like, they did not have to burn the contract here.
Yes.
While Athena is Ring of Honor World Champion, they did not have to burn the contract.
Correct.
Yeah, it just sucks for the women, right? Like, because Athena's about to wrestle Mina. Mm-hmm. But that's like day 994 of Athena's reign. So you kind of already know that ain't happening. So Ring of Honor has the same problem with the top title over there.
Mm-hmm. But the difference is they have... Well, once everybody is healthy again, they'll have 3 different women's championships: the TV, the World, and the Pure.
Yeah, every branch of AEW right now needs more women's titles.
Yeah,
every single branch.
I think tag would for sure solve a lot of issues.
But these women also need other singles.
What's that?
The women also need other singles.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, we need either like a C2 or international.
Something.
Like, do an international and have Willow win it and have her do like she did with the New Japan Strong and go and just pop up at different companies defending the title.
Well, I got Willow being the one to beat Toni as an agenda item, but we're not gonna see what's gonna happen until Wednesday, right? Because we need to find out who's gonna be the next challenger for Toni Storm. And I think it's going to get to a point where I don't think anyone hates Toni Storm. I don't hate Toni Storm.
No.
I would definitely like to see Toni Storm do something else, though. Mm-hmm. I think that's it. Like, I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm low-key, and I'm kind of already there for Mercedes, too. I love Mercedes. I think she's great. I'm ready to see her do something else also. But yeah, I think we might talk about a little bit more when we get to the Women's World Championship match, which we'll get there pretty soon. We are going to go to our last, Forbidden Door style match of the night for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Our champion, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness. Nigel did earn this championship opportunity, and he kind of showed why he's great still.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a technical spectacle? This was that. They might have hit 10 strikes between the two of them. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Nigel tried to get the striking, but that did not work. Because Zack can now also strike. He's in New Japan. You got to be able to hit people. I will say that Zack was able to win by outmaneuvering Nigel. He had a really strong schoolboy style pin on Nigel, stacked him up on his shoulders, got the win.
Yeah, it was an elevated one. It was I was like, ooh.
He put his hand right in the mat, scooted his hips right up, did not let Nigel out. It was great. I think people expected Garcia to turn here, and Garcia was kind of teasing a little bit, but then he hugged Nigel. So I'm guessing we're gonna get it in a couple weeks at some point. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much about the match. I thought the match was really great. What were your thoughts, Proffitt?
Yeah, man, the match was really great. I think. So Daniel Garcia was also trying to start shit with Zack Sabre Jr.
The entire match.
And Zack was like, you don't want none of this, kid. And went inside the ring and started wrestling more with Nigel. I was like, oh. Maybe we could see a little crossover. Maybe get Daniel Garcia back into something that's not a joke, you know, or a side character. And what was up with his fit, man? You in the middle of London, and you looking like a fucking bum, dude. What the hell? What the hell, Daniel Garcia? Come on, bro.
I know people try to defend it, but once Daniel Garcia said, who hasn't beaten Daniel Garcia? He lost everything. It was all gone.
Yeah.
How do you say that and then immediately lose the match afterwards? Yeah, they're going to have to figure something out with Danny because this would have been the perfect place to do the turn.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because they put the Tony Schiavone doing the O2 record here, that's what they were like, okay, we're not going to do the turn here yet. We'll wait.
Right. we're not gonna fuck the fans up yet.
Not yet. But what... We'll talk about those matches when we get there. But what were your thoughts on the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match?
Oh, it was great, dude. Nigel still got it. I don't care what anybody says. His theme song is still cool as hell. People shit on that song for whatever reason. I don't know why. It is the most British shit you'll ever hear.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Zack Sabre Jr.'s themes are the most British fucking things you'll ever hear. So, but yeah, no, that shit was good, man. Damn good. I love technical wrestling, so to me, it was fantastic.
It was so good. And now we gotta wait for Zack to get that title up off of him by Takeshita.
Yeah, and what is it? King of Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, Takeshita ain't even gonna be on the Destruction Tour. It sounds like he might just show up for King of Pro Wrestling, and that's it.
Because he's doing a match before, he's doing a title match before King of Pro Wrestling. I forget who it's against. Zack Sabre Jr. He's defending the title before.
Yeah,
and he's defending it at King of Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, Zack's doing a defense against Ren Narita at Destruction in Kobe. Yeah. That's gonna be his last defense before Takeshita comes take that title up off him. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fan of it, but that's for another time. Next, we just talked about the O2 record, so we talked about that. Congratulations, AEW, great job. After this is when Tekla and Queen Aminata were brawling. They came out to the ramp. The rest of Triangle of Madness came out and started attacking Queen Aminata also. But then we got the return. She's back. Jamie Hayter showed up. She got that London pop. She got the Triangle of Madness up out of there, and she saved the day. You have any thoughts on that one?
London is the place Jamie Hayter gets powered up every time it comes back. She's in the healing tank, and then she pops out. Oh, the show's in London? I'm ready.
Goku and Namek.
Zenkai boost. she gets her Zenkai boost every time.
Ugh. But after that, we had a very divisive match. One of a few on the rest of the card. We had the AEW World Tag Team Title Match between the champions of her syndicate, FTR, and Brodito.
Yep.
Oh boy, there were a lot of rumors spreading around this before and after. I don't think the finish helped those rumors at all.
Oh no.
But we'll talk about that. The match was great. Shelton and Bobby were out there doing the damn thing.
They were monsters. Like complete fucking monsters.
This was easily Bobby's best showing in AEW so far. Easily. But then the Syndicate in the middle of it got pulled out of the ring by two thugs in New Japan sweatshirts. And immediately I said, okay, I know they're not New Japan people. Who are they? That's the first thing I said. Sure enough, Gates of Agony and Ricochet. They were able to somehow get her Syndicate out of the ring and then made it a traditional tag match between FTR and Brodito. Things also got weird with the finish. Because they did, Brodito did that monkey flip 450 combo that they've been doing. I don't know what the name of it is. They have a name for it, I think, but I don't know what it is. Dax was the one who got pinned, but it kind of stopped in the middle. It was like 1-2, and then it stopped, and then it did 1-2-3. So it was a little awkward. Like the whole end of the match was like a little awkward from when the Syndicate left. It got a little weird, but we got what we wanted. The right team won. Ito are your new AEW World Tag Team Champions. Proffitt, what were your thoughts?
So, the Hurt Syndicate lost because it was, what was it? It was 7 versus 2. It was literally 7 versus 2. There was the 7 versus 2 and 3 guys. And the other like 3 guys all had pipes. That's what it took to take out the Hurt Syndicate. 7 people in pipes. Monsters. Because they tried to separate them in the beginning of the match. Shelton took on 2 at the same time. Bobby took on 2 at the same. I think Bobby took on Dax and he took on FTR by himself, and Shelton took on Brodito by himself, and they both fucked both of those guys, all those guys up, all of them at the beginning of the match.
I mean, we did have that great little stare down and moment between Brody King and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I need that singles match, whatever it happens.
I think we're getting close to the Hurt Syndicate singles reign. Also, fun fact, did you know that the Hurt Syndicate has the 3rd longest reign of the World Tag Team titles in AEW?
I don't doubt it.
Well,
because most of them have been pretty short.
They are right behind Kenny and Hangman. That's number 2. And number 3, or number 1, is the Young Bucks.
Yeah, that makes sense. Those EVP Bucks, right?
No.
Or when they... No. Or are they counting both of their reigns?
No, not both. Just the reign by itself.
Oh, okay.
When they won the titles in 2020.
Oh, in 2020. Oh, yeah. Okay, that is right. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hurt Syndicate has the 3rd longest reign, which is crazy.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
So I got to ask you, and I feel like I know what your answer is going to be.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it was right for the Hurt Syndicate to be taken away from this match before the end of it?
It's the only way they lose.
I agree with you.
It's the only logical way they lose. Mm-hmm. Because you're not... They've proved it before in a 3-way. 3-way ain't shit to them. It would have to be like a 4-way and then 3. Like I said, it took 7 people to take them out, basically. And 3 of them had pipes. and got them to the back. That's the only way. Because if they were still there, say they took out the Gates of Agony and Ricochet, right? Mm-hmm. They're still winning. That's how it just ends up, right? They don't lose. That's the only logical way they lose is either... One, you completely take them out of the ring and take them out, which they did. Or 2, you have guys way bigger than them, or way more, like the like Archer and Brian Cage, right? That team, take them out or beat them, like actually beat them. Other than that, you're not beating them.
No.
It doesn't make sense, right? Mm-hmm. That's just the real the reality of it. It's like any other way doesn't make sense. What, Private Party comes in and beats them? No,
that wasn't gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. Like there's no way in hell.
I don't think there was any team that could beat. To your point, I don't think there was any team that can beat them in a straight 2-on-2 tag match.
Right.
With the way that they're built, no.
Yeah.
And they didn't build anyone to do that.
Right. Yeah. There's no like right now. There's like no way. And like you saw Jet Speed try. Keyword try.
They were probably the closest out of anyone.
I would say it's between them and the Gates of Agony, right? The Gates of Agony gave them their first test, and then and Jet Speed was pretty much like the only other team to actually like kind of get close. I won't say get close because they still got murdered, but they kind of got close.
Yeah, I don't know. It just this is kind of how they were built up. The Hurt Syndicate is in like a really weird spot online right now anyway, because there's like a subset of people who will believe any story that comes out about them. And if we're gonna be honest, can we be real for a second?
Yeah, let's do that.
If the story about them not wanting to lose to FTR is true, why is that bad? They said they want to lose to a younger team. Did they technically lose to a younger team here? No, they didn't. They weren't the ones who got pinned. But we got the tag titles on a younger team.
Uh-huh.
Something that's more interesting. And I'm sorry, I don't want the tag titles to be wrapped up in FTR and Cage and Cope. I don't. Right. They don't need the tag titles for that. They can main event all out without the tag titles. We don't need that to happen.
Yeah, we don't need that at all. And you know what? They've said that from the beginning. I don't think people listened to like, what they, well, probably never heard it because like probably don't listen to other little shows or things like that. But that's Bobby and Shelton's main thing. Well, mostly Bobby Lashley. His main thing is he wants to. He doesn't mind like doing a reign or whatever, but whoever beats him, he wants it to be a younger talent to bring them up. That's his whole thing.
And I don't know why that's a bad thing.
It's not.
People act like it's like death that the Syndicate weren't, that Bobby Lashley was not pinned. Like that this whole thing is a failure because Bobby Lashley was not pinned, and I think that's really dumb.
No, that's stupid. Like the way they were built, you literally, like I said, you need a monster, like a complete monster to beat those guys. You would have to, like I said, have like the Brian Cage, God damn it, Brian Cage and Lance Archer team. That's like them. If they like actually did the whole thing where Gates of Agony just became monsters and became unstoppable again. Those guys, like, you have to have some believable guys actually beat them.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have you can't have like Commander and Hologram beat the Hurt Syndicate. It's not happening, dude.
If they were built up to do it, it would make more sense. But there was no one that was built up to be a proper threat to the Syndicate.
No, not at all.
Is that by design? More than likely, because I'm going to be the guy. Bobby Lashley is not Malachi Black.
No,
not everyone should. Malachi Black can lose and be fine. That is whatever. He chose not to lose. We don't know what's going on with Bobby Lashley. Could he be doing that? Sure. But it's Bobby fucking Lashley.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think they're doing it at all because they made the joke. They heard it and they made the joke about it.
Yeah.
It was the joke about. It was not the joke, but it was the thing about them and, people are making a big deal talking about how they had MVP had issues with Mike Bailey. Yeah. And then they made a joke about it. It was totally, they were like, this is not true at all. Where the fuck did you guys get that?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm in a situation where Bobby Lashley should not be losing until it's like he's in a match for the world title, or Swerve comes back and beats his ass. But yeah. I mean, next for them, they're going to be fighting Richochet in the Gates of Agony, so we'll see where that goes.
Well, look, the only other legit team I would take beating Lashley and Shelton is Swerve in Our Glory.
Yeah, whatever happened to Keith Lee?
Man, I'm just saying he's never coming back.
We're about to talk about him because we got to talk about our next match.
Uh-huh.
The AEW Unified Championship. Our champion, Kazuchika Okada, versus someone that we all figured was going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve Strickland.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted Swerve to win this, we already know about Swerve's injury. They let us know about it beforehand. Wrestling on a torn meniscus for 6 years is insane, by the way.
That is insane. Considering his wrestling style and all the jumps and shit he's doing, yeah.
I don't know how he's been doing it. And I'm happy he's getting surgery to get it healed because that shit is ridiculous.
Shit's like a pile of mincemeat right now. I don't know, man.
A lot of this match was Swerve getting the advantage a little bit, but because of his knee, he was not able to capitalize. Could he have won? I don't think he was ever in a situation where he could have really won outside of that Swerve stomp near the end.
Mm-hmm.
But again, even when the chips were down on Okada focused on that knee and took control back of the match. Swerve tried, but there was no way that he could actually take this.
Right.
Okada dodged a house call. Swerve was selling his knee because his knee was hurt. Legitimately, his knee is hurt. And Swerve got caught with the Rainmaker to lose the match. So Okada is still Unified Champion. I feel like if we didn't have this injury angle, I think Swerve would have won it. And also, if we're going to be honest, the Unified Championship is like a new title, but it's also kind of in that thing right now because Okada didn't even lose the Continental Championship. It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But no one's really talking about that. Everyone's really only talking about Toni Storm, but low-key, Okada's kind of doing the same thing. But neither here nor there. I'm not going to talk about it too much.
Mm-hmm.
After the match, Okada attacked Swerve because, of course. But then we had an unexpected return
One I know you hated.
Fucking Wardlow came back and attacked Prince Nana. So, yeah. He also, Wardlow, being he, also joined the Don Callis family.
Mm-hmm.
The faction that did not need another person got someone that I do not want to see on TV.
Now he's on TV.
You go on TV every week.
Guaranteed.
And then Takeshita comes out after and does a stare down with Wardlow, of all people. Okada's right there, bro.
Yeah, like, I thought he was going to push him out of the way and look at Okada.
Nope. Wardlow.
Warlow.
I can't wait for Takeshita to get out this family, bro.
Takeshita's the leader, dude.
Yeah, you saw it right there. If there was a clear-cut leader, it's Takeshita.
Like, the way he came out last. Everybody else was out there. He was like, not until I give my approval, bitches. He just came out.
Everyone else was out there doing the dirty work. And then Takeshita kind of strolls out, making his presence known on the pay-per-view.
Yup.
Yep, I'm that motherfucker. I'm Takeshita. That's who I am.
I'm G1 winner Takeshita.
Staring down Wardlow.
Like, you ain't want shit, Wardlow. I'm G1, baby.
I said this to you. This could have been Keith Lee.
That would have been interesting. Him coming out and taking out Swerve. And then joining the Don Callis family.
It makes so much sense.
Oh, yeah. Well, when we go back and... speaking about the reason why Ricochet did that to the Hurt Syndicate, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would also fall in with what Keith Lee would do it, to Swerve. But Ricochet is still pissed off about when the Hurt Syndicate punked him in the ring.
Well, that made his trajectory go down to where he is, right?
Yeah.
Because he was... people like to say, like, he had, like, a little middling match against Takeshita. I thought the match was really good. People didn't really care about Ricochet.
Yeah.
But... It was the Syndicate making him look like a chump is what brought him down to him getting toilet paper thrown on him and being called bald all the time.
Yeah.
Literally, it starts from the Syndicate. It starts from the Syndicate.
It starts from the Syndicate, yeah. So he goes, he says the reason why is they punked him. He's like, oh no, I'm paying you assholes back now.
Yeah, because now I got these two behemoths next to me. But yeah, Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the match in the after segment?
Oh, the match was fantastic, but when I found out what exactly Swerve had, I was like, and I replay like all the things he did in the match. I'm like, how did you do that on a torn meniscus, dude?
He had a torn meniscus since before COVID.
Yes. So, like when he did that, he tried to do that one stomp outside. He jumped from the top rope to the outside and landed. I don't know. And he was like, I bet you it was like really did hurt from that because there's no fucking way, dude.
He's been doing that for years too.
Yeah.
But I guess now he was able to actually be okay to actually sell the pain now because now we know about it.
Uh-huh.
If he wouldn't have said shit, I would not have known he had a torn meniscus.
Yeah.
No one would have.
Just imagine when he comes back.
There was a match that got put up recently, like this week. Darius Lockhart versus Swerve from 2018.
Uh-huh.
From before, pre-meniscus. Yeah, whole different person. So, get well soon, Swerve. I'm guessing we're not going to see Nana for a while either, because he got beat up by a bitch. But yeah, you have any other thoughts on this match before we move on?
No, it was a great match, and Okada, pretty much, they already did the story from the start. It was like, Okada was like, you're gonna face me, one of the best wrestlers in the world, and tell everybody you have an injury. You're gonna let me know you have an injured leg? You ain't got a chance of beating me. And that's pretty much what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was a great match.
Next up, we had probably another one that was pretty controversial to a lot of people. We talked about it a little bit earlier. The AEW Women's World Championship match between champion Toni Storm and other champion, Athena. Athena went in there. She signed her contract immediately and then proceeded to beat Toni Storm up for 85% of the match.
Yes.
Toni was able to catch her with the chicken wing, and Athena tapped out.
Yep, clean in the middle of the ring.
Yep. Athena, who is Ring of Honor World Champion, coming on 1,000 days. Athena, who has beaten literally everybody, including former AEW Women's World Champions, for that Ring of Honor title, tapped out to Toni Storm. The match is great. Don't get me wrong. I love the match.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to be like one of those people who are like, oh, the wrong person won. But we talked about it already. It would be nice to see Toni Storm move on to do something else.
Actually, Toni Storm's at a point right now. She doesn't need a title.
She really doesn't. She's the biggest star in AEW right now.
Yeah, like she literally doesn't need a title. She can get, she doesn't need a title, but she can get it at any time. She's like literally like right now. We have two aces in AEW, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jon Moxley and Toni Storm on both of their fronts. If we need somebody to take a title and something fucked up happens, we need one of them to either in the women's division or men's division, and we need to get the title back on track. You either give it to Moxley or you give it to Toni Storm. Either one.
Yeah, but not right now.
Yeah, not right now.
We will see who Toni Storm's going to be wrestling next. We know Athena's going to be wrestling Mina. I don't think they're so close to 1,000 days. I don't think Athena's getting off that title on Friday.
No. It's gonna be a good match though.
It's gonna be great. I'm gonna watch it. We get on Honor Club. Of course I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I got my Honor Club already.
Bro, we also get Bandito versus Hechicero.
Bandito has been doing God's work, man.
Bro, if that match is even like a quarter of what Takeshita Bandito was from Texas, oh my god. And we know it will be because it's Hechicero.
Yeah. Hechicero's the guy, man.
You have any other thoughts on the women's world title match? We kind of talked about the Toni Storm stuff earlier, but do you have anything else you want to talk about for that?
No. It's pretty much the what I said earlier about the women's division in general just needs more titles, and they need more titles and need more time, and that's a whole other topic, the time thing.
Mm-hmm. Because God bless, do they? Collision is nice because you get two, but it's weirdly I just noticed they kind of put all the women's segments for Collision when there were multiple all in like one chunk together, which it was cool at first, but now it feels a little weird. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like there's a whole other topic. We're probably gonna be talking about that this week for Dynamite and Collision.
Oh yeah.
So we'll save it for that.
Yep.
Next up is probably the most controversial match of Forbidden Door. We had the AEW Men's World Championship match between our champion, Hangman Adam Page, and MJF. For those who don't know, MJF was supposed to use his contract for this, but he was able to weasel his way out of it, which, MJF is what it is, I guess. The match for the first, few minutes was, alright. But I guess I'm going to put my opinion here a little bit before we actually talk about everything else. MJF likes to do too much in these world title matches. And I think that's the problem for me. I fully understand why you want to do the no DQ, no count out. The DQ and count out, you can change the hands of the title because, you're trying to play to Hangman not being as good as people like to say he is, and he's angry and all this other stuff, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
But MJF kind of does too much. And there were really weird spots in this match also. Like that weird 3 count that happened before Mark Briscoe came out. Because we got the 1, 2, 3, and then Bryce kind of died. And then MJF was like, yeah, I won. Even though Hangman's foot was on the rope, and we had already seen him do that with Mark Briscoe. Yeah, MJF was just trying his bullshit. It did not work on Hangman. Mark Briscoe did come out, like I said, to stop anything from being announced, which was, again, a lot of overbooked stuff. Hangman did end up winning, which was the right call. I don't know why anyone thought Hangman was going to lose this.
Yeah.
The problem is MJF still has his contract, and Hangman acknowledged that by dropping it on his chest after the match was over. After he used it to beat MJF, like MJF used it against Hangman earlier in the match. A lot of stuff's happening in this match. You already talked about it. We talked about there's going to be a rule change. From now on, going forward, we're not going to be doing the type of contracting that we've been doing. You have to do a week in advance. Proffitt, you already talked about that. I think it's a great change. I don't know why we haven't been doing this before. Also, Renee was like, yeah, let's strip MJF of the contract. And I was like, yes! But was not going to happen. So we got to deal with MJF having this contract for however long, while Athena, who also could have held on to her contract, had to use it for this.
Yeah, that's what made no sense to me. Athena, she could have kept the contract until they were ready for her to win the title.
She could have. And now they burned it. And now, again, Toni Storm has now beaten the 2 top women in AEW. And we don't know what's going to happen next.
Yes.
But what were your thoughts on the men's world title match?
One men's world title match was alright, right? I feel like it was one of the matches that could have been better if they, but I get what they were doing. They were trying to tell that story where Hangman flies off the handle, gets pissed off, and MJF was trying to play to that to win without actually having to fight. But in the end, he had to fight and he lost. He just got his ass kicked by Hangman. It didn't matter. And, we got the new rule change now, so now it's not this Money in the Bank shit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's an actual, okay, I have to call my shot. Actually, it's to call your, no, they turned it into a Money in the Bank thing, too.
Yeah, it's for like the last couple of years, it's been like more Money in the Bank than the call your shot.
The call your shot, yeah. I think it's more like the X Division title, right? So,
yeah,
the X Division title, you had your options, and then you had to exercise your option. And so this is like you had to exercise your option now.
And that was like for Bound for Glory, right? Like you only could like do that at like one time of the year, I think, right? The X Division title.
Oh, no, you could do it at any time. Like you could just win the X Division title and be like, okay, I want to exercise option C or whatever, which is going for the World Heavyweight Championship.
That would be crazy. Like right away.
Yeah, immediately relinquishing it. I think one person did it. I forget who did it. I forget who the last person was to do that. I think it was Josh Alexander that did it.
Ooh.
Because he like won it and went immediately for the world title.
Well, I mean, he was the guy, I guess, but that's a little rough for the X Division title. Like right away is crazy.
Well, it took him forever to get it, though. That was the thing. He was like fighting for it for like 5 or 6 months, and then he finally got it because he was trying to get the world title shot again after Moose took it from him.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, going back to this match. This match was like I think MJF just kind of does too much in these matches. I saw people comparing this to MJF and Jay White, and let me tell you, don't ever do that again. MJF and Jay White might be the second worst main event that AEW has ever done.
Yeah,
it's top 3 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It just if you don't remember that match, between MJF and Jay White, just go ahead and rewatch it because I can tell you right now that is Jay White still kind of hurting from that to this day in AEW.
Yeah, that match kind of fucked him over
for the rest of his career. It's like he couldn't beat MJF with one leg. Also, just trying to do too much. It just wasn't a good look.
Yeah,
this match definitely wasn't that bad, but I can say confidently this was easily probably the worst match on the card. Which, again, I mean, wasn't awful.
Right.
The rest of the card was just really good. But now, going away from that match, we got to talk about one that is not as controversial, but insane.
We turned the lights out real quick.
Oh, yep. Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh, I don't know if you can hear this. Wait, here we go.
Oh.
Click.
See, we got to turn them lights out.
Click. We're back.
Turn them back on again.
We are going to the lights out steel cage. You know, that would have worked better if we had our cameras on. We're not going to talk about that though. We are going to the lights out steel cage match. We had the healthiest member on the team up until, the end of the match. Darby Allin. No ankles, Kota Ibushi. No guts, Kenny Omega. No knees, Hiroshi Tanahashi. And no neck, Will Ospreay. Versus Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Nick and Matt, Generation Me, and fucking Gabe Kidd.
Oh boy.
I was gonna turn into this rant about Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd had a hyperextended knee and didn't do the G1.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which means he probably could have wrestled, but chose not to do Forbidden Door.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. New Japan. Mr. New Japan is number 1. Has low-key kind of turned his back on New Japan completely. But that is a whole other topic. We will talk about that later when we talk about the Destruction Tour, when Shingo takes that global title away from him. Because that global title needs to come up off of Gabe.
Yeah.
I can't believe the shift that Gabe has done in the year. From Kenny Omega and having that match being Mr. New Japan to where he is now. But that's not important. We had a lot of craziness in this match. First off, we should talk about the cage. The cage was wider than the ring. It was like it was like kind of like the dog pound steel cage that New Japan likes to do. Like the ring was like around the entire perimeter, or the cage was around the entire perimeter of the ring, and you can still walk around outside. Had a good time.
Right.
We had a lot of stuff happen in this match. There was a Moxley dug a fork into Darby's ear that had been busted open by, I believe, a ladder.
Yep.
Tanahashi was about to go up on top of the cage and do a high fly flow, but Kota Ibushi of all people, and Will Ospreay of all people, told him not to.
Like, get your ass down here.
The irony of that, and then Will Ospreay immediately doing a backflip off the top of the cage.
Yep.
I guess I should talk about the Young Bucks coming out to Hanson.
About the Umbop.
Bop. I should talk about the gummy bears that were in the bag for the Young Bucks, which was a shout out to Reseda, because they did this in PWG. Shout out. This is just a great run like that. What else happened? Gabe Kidd and Darby Allin fell from the top of the cage into a bunch of tables.
Yeah.
Gabe broke Darby's fall, but Gabe looked like he went straight through the tables. Like, they did not slow the descent down at all.
Oh, no. They fell like a fucking sack of rocks.
It was rough. Also, Gabe will do that, but can't wrestle in the G1.
Oh, no.
This just pisses me off, bro. It's just frustrating. He hyperextended his knee 3 weeks ago, which means he still should not be healed. Was out there doing like dog walks before he got in the cage. Anyway, Tanahashi was the hero of this because we had a very big combination of moves to Matt Jackson.
He got killed by everybody.
There was a one-wing angel hidden blade combination. He got hit with something else, and then Tanahashi hit him with the high fly flow for the win.
Yes.
The good guys, the ultimate good guy team, and Darby Allin won this match.
Mm-hmm. But did they?
I mean, probably not, because we were all celebrating. Ironically, when the ref put all their hands up, Darby wasn't there because Darby was outside.
Uh-huh.
So it just kind of looked like the superpowers were getting like their hands raised. It looked like what the match should have been. As much as I like Darby right now, but definitely does not fit into that group of mega baby faces. Neither here nor there. And that's where the show ended.
So the funny thing is they put up the little AEW logo on the bottom, making you think the show was over.
Yeah, it was over. Nothing else happened. That was it.
Nope. Keep going.
Ospreay's in the ring, celebrating by himself. He tried to get Tanahashi into the ring, but there was a producer who showed up on camera who was like, nope, come on. Something's gotta happen.
The ref told him not to.
It was the ref. Yeah, you're right. It was the ref.
So Ospreay was, he was talking to Tana, and Tana was about to jump in the ring. Right when Tana was about to jump in the ring, the ref was like, no, get out. He told Tana to get out. So Tanahashi rolled outside the ring again, and they walked out. And then they closed the cage.
Yep, the Death Riders closed the cage, locked out all the baby faces, and then Claudio and Jon Moxley proceeded to kill Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay got hit by like 3 or 4 Death Riders. He got beat up. The babyface was trying to get in, but Marina was outside. Wheeler Yuta was outside. I think one of the Bucks was outside also, and they were kind of like stopping anyone from climbing up the cage. And yeah, Will Ospreay died in a similar way to Bryan Danielson last year at Wrestle Dream. And I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
No.
Because we know that now Ospreay is going to go to neck surgery, and he's talked about how terrified he is of this, that he's terrified he's not going to be able to come back the same.
Well, that's just going to be a thing. He's not going to come back the same.
No.
If he comes back at all.
People are already kind of booking him to win All In next year, and I was like, oof. That's if he's able to be back at the time.
Dude, like that type of neck surgery, since it's the vertebrae and shit in the neck, I'm not saying you have to learn how to walk again. You don't, really, but that recovery is nasty, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's gonna be in pain for a while before it like heals up and to where he's able to move and do stuff, walk like normal
And,
without pain, or wake up like normal without pain. It's
and,
gonna be amazing.
and this is one of those things where you don't want to rush back because
No.
I personally seen Will Ospreay rush back from things like he had a neck issue in 2021 in New Japan
Yep.
and was able to come back in 4 months, which is insane.
But he has the same neck issue.
He has the same neck issue that he's probably going to be really taken care of now. Like actually, like he should have back in New Japan.
Right. Yeah, like Tony ain't gonna let him come back
No,
until he's fully healed.
he has to
And
be
even if he
100%.
can't come back, he'll have him working in the back. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Ospreay ain't going anywhere. I do fully believe that we're going to see Ospreay wrestle again. It's a matter of when and not if.
Yeah, it's a matter of when, but injury like that takes like over a year to heal.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like the Eddie Kingston situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Kingston has now said he's ready. So, that's over a year and a half.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Ospreay. They also did play this up like it was like Ospreay's like swan song, because even before that he had that video package that Alex Windsor narrated. Beautiful video package, by the way. Like just fantastic. Yeah, it was a lot. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the Lights Out main event?
Oh, it was excellent. There's nothing. I can't really there's nothing. I don't have anything negative to say about it. It was a fun match. Like all the guys beat the crap out of each other. Kenny Omega comes back. I think it took him like 6 weeks to heal from the last match he did. But hey, we get us some Kenny Omega. We get us some Kota Ibushi. We get Sting Darby Allin because he's now using the Scorpion Death Drop. And we get all the Death Riders and Mox. Like the best way to look, if I want to get written off of TV, I'm gonna have Mox and the Death Riders take me out and terrify all the fans every time.
Because they're really good at it.
It's like if you want somebody to take you out and make it look believable and make it look like, oh, this is the most horrifying thing ever, have Mox and the Death Riders do it.
And they immediately got all their heat back, right? Because they've been losing a little bit lately. Now they killed Ospreay. They're scarier right now than they when Moxley was a world champion.
Well, it proves the other thing. Moxley doesn't need a title either.
No, he doesn't. We'll get there with Toni one day. It's real. Again, it's about just who beats her, and keep her as far away from the title for a while. As much as I love Toni, keep her far away from a title for a while. Those are tags. Tags would be fun.
Tags would be fun, yeah.
But yeah, do you have any? We talked about the show overall thoughts earlier, but do you have any other overall thoughts on the show before we wrap this episode up?
Like overall show was fun, man. Like Forbidden Door, like we said at the beginning of the show, like it was like an 8.5. It was a good show. There wasn't really any matches actually all the matches were solid.
Yeah.
There wasn't really a match where I'm like, oh god, this is like for sure like one of the worst matches I've ever seen or something like that. There wasn't any match like that. There might be a match where like some of the things they did inside the match I didn't care for, like like when we talked about Hangman and MJF. Some of the things in the match I didn't really care for, right? But overall, I know what they were doing. We know what they were doing. We know the story, so they were doing stuff story wise. So I get it, right? But yeah, overall, it was a good show. I had fun watching it, and all the fragments that I watched it in, which is why we're doing this on Tuesday instead of Sunday.
But so much stuff has come out. Like we just started getting, like as we've been sitting here talking, we just started getting matches for Dynamite because you know how it is after a pay-per-view.
Well, why don't you just go ahead and list them off, man?
All right, I'll do that really quick. We only have 3 at this time. We're gonna get Jon Moxley versus Daniel Garcia.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, you haven't seen any of these, huh? These are all gonna be surprising. Yeah, we're gonna get Jon Moxley versus Daniel Garcia tomorrow. Today, we'll say today. We are getting, very surprisingly, Harley Cameron and Chris Statlander versus Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne.
okay.
And the last match that we have announced right now is Darby Allin versus Claudio. in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
That's gonna be chaos.
And remember, they're in the 2300 arena today.
Oh, okay, even better.
That starts at Residency.
Yeah.
But right now, that's all we have announced. And everyone knows at this point, that's kind of how AEW after pay-per-view goes. We don't really get a lot of announcements until the night before. So we're getting a few. Dynamite looks like it's going to be a pretty good card so far. Also, I'm not going to hold you. Putting Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford against Harley Cameron and Chris Allender. I have a feeling that before AEW's out of the 2300 arena, we're about to get them tag titles announced
soon.
I have a feeling. I think it's going to happen within the next month.
Okay, yeah. I think I agree with you on that. Yeah.
I think it's past time. We got past All In. We got past Forbidden Door. We're gonna get them announced in the next month.
Man, I do want to see this rematch though. I want to see the Bozilla versus Megan Bayne rematch in the AEW ring.
Guys, it's gonna be great. I think Bozilla went back to Japan immediately.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure, and we don't have any sources on this podcast. No one really gives us anything. This is just gut feeling. I have a gut feeling that we're gonna see Bozilla again in AEW ring before the end of the year.
More than once, in my opinion. More than once.
Yeah, we're gonna see her probably a couple times. But yeah, man, that's the show. We did it. Forbidden Door, great pay-per-view. We have a great AEW Dynamite that's coming up in a few hours, depending on what time you listen to this podcast. That's it. Do you have any other thoughts?
No. Let's send it home, Lionel.
All right, we're wrapping this thing up. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching on YouTube. If you have not already, we've already referenced it a couple times. Follow us on Blue Sky. You can follow the actual full podcast at THEPW Podcast. You can follow Proffitt at Proffitt, Proffitt. You can follow me at Shikoku. I never spell it. It's on the screen anyway. You don't have to worry about it. We talk about a lot of things there. We did a lot of I did a lot of live stuff for Forbidden Door. We've talked about some drama that's been happening over the last couple of days in wrestling. We also talk about anime, video games, anything. So just make sure you go follow us over there on all of our social media accounts. You'll be able to talk to us, interact with us. Just hear what we have to say. We want to hear what you have to say also. And if you happen to be listening to this, but you're on the go, you want to listen to this podcast real bad, but you're on the go. You can't pull up YouTube. You don't have that premium to do the background. What you should do is go listen to us on Spotify. These episodes come out literally 20 to 30 minutes on Spotify right after we record. So if you're still up on Tuesday night, if it's late, you can listen to the podcast while you go to sleep. You're probably not going to be able to sleep, though, because it's a hype-ass episode.
Exactly.
But you can listen to us on Spotify, listen to us on the go. The fastest way to listen to this podcast is listening to us on Spotify.
Yes.
There are other ways to listen to us, but I'm going to let Proffitt tell you about the YouTubes.
All right, guys. So, the YouTube channel. If you're listening to us on YouTube, first off, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. So, you know what I do? I got to ask you every week. I ain't too proud to beg now. Come on. So, first things first. Tap that like button. It helps us out. It helps the algorithm, of course, the mysterious YouTube algorithm. Helps that get it to more people. And get them to also, take a chance on the podcast and watch it and watch one of the best AEW podcasts out there. Come on. Also, comment. We know we see you lurking, okay? Get out there and comment, because we know we say something. We might press your buttons. You might agree with us. You might disagree with us. It doesn't matter. Hit them comments. Let's talk about it. Also, subscribe. Hit that bell button so whenever any of our shows come out, you get them first and you get notified. So with that, thank you very much, guys. And we're out.
Peace.